Guys, what a week we've had in small cap world. I mean, this year and even last year, we have these one or two stocks that make such outlier moves that pretty much light up the momentum for other small cap stocks. In October 2024, we had ticker DRUG drug. It was a healthcare stock that went from $2.50 all the way up to 60 bucks in one trading day. That's a 3000% move up. And now this week we had ticker SMX. Guys, this ticker was under $6 on November 26th, last week. And it hit a high of $490 this past Friday on December 5th. And whenever such moves happen, guys, we as small cap traders have to be looking out for sympathy momentum. But where do we look at for sympathy momentum? Are we looking at particular industries, a sector, maybe stocks from certain countries like China, Hong Kong, Japan, maybe? I did some digging around based on the stocks that moved after hours, after 4 p.m. on Friday, December 5th. And there were some breadcrumbs or some clues that we can follow to see if these kind of stocks can make some moves in the week ahead. So let's jump into my screen share so I can share my research with you. So guys, we're at my Interactive Brokers account. The ticker you guys see on the screen is SMX. Like I mentioned, this thing was under $6 on November 26th, made a high of $500 almost, give or take, on 5th December. They had a news catalyst last week. So they apparently showcased a breakthrough molecular identification technology here in Dubai that helps them to assign like a unique identifier to metals like gold, even rare earth materials and such. That pretty much makes them like a global player or like a front player in supply chain authentication. So that was the news, but it was just not the news that enabled or was like a catalyst for such a monster move, guys. Let me show you what their float is. So we are on Finwiz now, and that's ticker SMX. So the float is pretty much the number of outstanding shares that the public is available to trade in the open market. Guys, this thing is less than a million shares. It's actually 800,000 shares, which is nothing. Just for perspective, ticker Nvidia, the company, uh, they have upwards of 23 billion with a B, shares outstanding. Tesla is about 2.5 or 3 billion. Apple again is 13 billion. So these are the billions, guys. But in this case, our friend Security Matters SMX is less than a million shares. So that's classic demand and supply. It's very easy with an inflow of buy orders. These stocks can really move. And what further fuels or ignites those monster moves or that volatility in very short time frames is if a lot of people are holding these shares short, because as buying power comes in, so the buy order comes in, and these traders who are short on these stocks need to cover their position. They pretty much add fuel to fire, and hence are able to, obviously, we're able to see such really monster percentage movers, 8,000%, guys. Just for additional perspective, even if you were short, let me put this on a 15-minute time frame. Even if you were short like 150 shares, I know it's an expensive stock, but let's say even 150 shares, if you were short at the open, it's at 9:30 at like $250. This thing within an hour moved 200 points against you. That's a $30,000 loss on that 150 share position. Guys, that's painful. So so when this move happened, so the number one thing I was looking at, what kind of sympathy momentum could we be looking at? And I pretty much found some clues, not an answer. Obviously, if it's an answer, then I'm going to bet the farm on it. But we did get some clues after hours on Friday. So when the market closed on Friday, after 4 p.m., these stocks made really big moves, over 100%. TGL, there, Treasure Global, a 1350% move. Let me just switch back to interactive again. Let me just put TGL here, guys. Look at that. That's at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard New York time. Goes from $23 within an hour to $88, guys. And this thing was at the open. Forget anything else. At the open, this thing was at $6.80. So let me switch back to Excel. Again, the next one, TWG, guys. 460% move. They had a news catalyst. They came out with earnings, but with small caps, earnings are hit or miss. Sometimes the stocks sell off massively on seemingly good earnings. So I personally don't pay too much attention to a news catalyst because they don't matter much in a small cap world, at least. Same thing with BDRX, and under 100% moves, but still significant nonetheless. And one thing, guys, which is common in all of these is the outstanding shares, guys. These are all nano float stocks. They're under 1 million shares of float. So, and some of them even are a recent reverse split. So these are cues I'm talking about. And in terms of the country that these stocks are headquartered in or belong to, there is no, I mean, there's US, obviously, there's UK, there's Asia in there as well. But two things that stick out to me personally, you can do your own due diligence, to me personally, is that all these nanofloat stocks with maybe a recent reverse split could be the ones that make some moves in the week ahead. So there you have it, folks. In my opinion, purely my opinion, we can see these nanofloat stocks with recent reverse splits, maybe with a news catalyst that can make some really monster moves in this week or weeks ahead. Guys, this is just my opinion. Do your own due diligence before investing or trading your hard-earned money. And as always, guys, manage your risk and happy trading. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.